I don't know you, I don't know you, and I don't know her. You say that doesn't mean I have to do what you're telling me to do. No, I don't have to do what you say. I'm not here to answer your questions. I'm here to do a police investigation. It's their choice, not our choice. That's their choice. Well, hold on. If you want me to explain...
No, I didn't say anything. In America, we have the freedom of speech, the freedom of press, and the right to assemble. These are some of the most fundamental rights we enjoy as humans. They are enshrined in our Constitution and are the bedrock of our democracy. But what happens when those rights are threatened? What happens when those who are supposed to protect our rights actually violate them? In the first part of this video, I was threatened with arrest and forcibly removed from the library grounds for exercising my First Amendment rights. I wasn't causing a disturbance. I wasn't breaking any laws. I was simply filming in a public space. In the second part of the video, I went down to the police station to file a complaint to seek justice for the violation of my First Amendment rights, but instead, I was met with hostility and ignorance. And lastly, you'll hear the audio from when I reached out to Amber Mathewson, the library director, hoping to find a solution, hoping to find someone who would stand up for my rights, but instead, I was met with the same stubborn refusal to acknowledge my rights. It shouldn't be this hard to exercise our rights. It shouldn't be this hard to film in public spaces, to speak our minds, to assemble peacefully. But when our rights are threatened, we must stand up for them. We must fight for them, because if we don't, we risk losing them forever.
Why does every library have a bogus law?
Say, didn't you hit a recent library?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think I did right.
You guys know this real better than we do. So.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that.
How do you recognize me? You seen my video?
I probably got them all ready for you.
You are suspended from Pima County Public Library Service. I'm going to ask you to leave. Yep.
You asking her?
Yes.
You know, this is a building that we pay for. It's a county building.
You don't even live in this state.
My suspension letter?
You may appeal it to our registration.
I live here, and actually, we are allowed to film all the people in here.
Film the staff. You cannot film the food truck.
Well, we're going to go outside, and I'm going to sit outside, and I'm going to film all the patrons as they come and go. So I'll do that.
You're going to have to call the police if you refuse to stop doing that, okay?
Well, no, I'm not outside in the public. Do you have anything that says that?
You would have to vacate and be out on the street off of county property.
Do you have anything that says that?
I do have the Arizona Revised Statute.
Cool. Thank you.
How you gonna serve me some papers that you don't know who I am?
We have pictures of that.
You have pictures of me? Yeah? I really...
You probably shouldn't use 911. That's for an emergency. You should probably just call the regular line.
Suspended for filming in a public building?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is against Arizona law for you to film here.
You know that law applies to you guys?
We haven't even filmed anybody but the front desk.
You know that, right? That law that you guys
You
have?
know that it's illegal for you to film
As
there.
a public station at 10931 East Marion Cleveland Way. I have a patron who's refusing to leave, who's been suspended, and they are trespassing, and if we could get some help, that would be great. Tucson, Arizona.
No, we come peacefully,
You know that it's illegal for you to be
Yes.
here.
How is
And
it
you still
illegal to
come
film
in.
in our building? How's that?
This is the Gibson Esmond Station Library of the Pima County Public Libraries.
Elected to leave, therefore you are not trespassing.
Are you 12 feet block? That's yours, yes.
You didn't even have my name.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so I've been trespassed from all libraries?
Yes, you have.
Okay, you know what, actually? So you guys are wasting tax resources to come over here?
If you want to see it that way, you feel it necessary to waste our resources.
So, quick question. None of us actually have filmed any of the customers that have come in. And then the other thing I wanted to go over with you about the ARS. If you look right here, this says disclosing any record or information about the person's use. That is actually for the people who are in charge of that information. That would
Yes,
be
and
you.
if you continue on to the revised statute, it also says any person who knowingly discloses a record or information, which information includes them being in here.
Well, disclosing it would
You
be.
can film us if you want to, but you
Sure.
cannot film any other patrons.
Well, no, and we
And
haven't.
threatening to sit outside and film
That's
our
not
patrons.
threatening. That's telling you that I'm just going to exercise my right and sit
You
outside.
cannot sit outside and film the patrons and still have them be private here.
But this is a public library.
I'm working at the Gibson.
It is
So that's why
still
I'm
private,
confused.
and their privacy is protected under that statute.
Yeah, but this statute says any person knowingly discloses the information. We're not knowingly
Are
disclosing
you
any
planning
information.
to film us and then put it up on YouTube?
Well, you work for the public.
Us is fine.
Yeah.
The patrons is not.
Oh, no, we don't usually do that. Most of them get blurred out. We're just here for our public officials to
You
film
can
them in the
film
course
us,
of their duties.
that's fine,
Okay.
but
Well,
you
keep saying
cannot
that.
sit outside and film the patrons, which is what you're telling me you're going to do.
Well, I can. So, what happens if I have a dash cam on my car? You know, lots of people have dash cams on their
Right.
cars. They can't sit in the parking lot. So it's very weird. And we're not here with any ill intent. You don't need to be nervous or anything like
I'm
that.
not nervous, I'm angry.
You see, why would you be angry?
Be angry.
Because you guys are sitting here filming me,
But you
knowing
just
you're
said it
trying
was-
to upset me.
No. You said it was okay.
You can film us.
Okay.
That's fine.
She approached us and trying to trespass. Come in very peacefully. To the floor and I'll be out. I would have been out of here already.
You're not very peacefully. You disturbed the entire library.
I'm disturbing the library
Yes.
by filming.
You can film
Was I
us.
loud? Was I too loud?
Threatening to film the patrons is not so fun.
I haven't even filmed no patrons. There's not even nobody in.
Ma'am,
There are people, and you just did.
exercise.
Yeah, there are people.
Exercise.
That is a patron. Please do not film her. She has a right to
She
privacy.
has a right to privacy.
Sir,
She has a privacy.
yes, she has a right to
Hey,
privacy.
I have a right to privacy.
She's with us,
I don't care if she's with you.
so she's not a patron.
Okay, it's just a camera.
What was your name,
She has a right to be private here.
sir?
Can't you read?
Oh no, I couldn't see your badge. But I was just going to say thank you for respecting our rights.
Okay.
The cops are coming, so we can read.
If you want to.
Are they? Are they coming?
Yes.
I don't want to be on your camera.
They're probably good.
Okay, I put it down to the ground for you, ma'am.
Thank you.
But yeah, most of this revised statute is for the people, just like HIPAA laws. So the
It
people who
also
are.
includes you as being in this building. This patron has a right to privacy. You were
I am
infringing
not.
on her right
No,
to
I'm
privacy.
not. How am I
Yes, you
doing
are.
that?
As
The
long as you're
camera's
not-
pointed to the window. See,
Currently.
you're trying to escalate a situation,
Currently it
and you're
is.
actually being dishonest in what you're saying.
Currently it is. It was not always.
Okay. All right.
And this man is already filming her.
Why is it?
You need to not have her on camera, please.
I'm gonna go sit out. I'm gonna go stand out filming. Yeah, let's go.
Flip it in the back there. You don't have to do it.
She's creating a disturbance by saying that. So she's trying to disturb you and upset you, ma'am, which is inappropriate. You shouldn't try and disturb people. See, now they're all gone. You're just trying to make a disturbance. So you're actually the one that's you're creating the disturbance at this point, ma'am.
All the libraries are like this.
It's crazy.
That's crazy. This is what we want to do in Smoke Live.
Yeah.
One of them.
Hello. You don't mind people outside filming, do you?
What?
Just the world as it happens? Oh, okay. That's a TPD.
Yeah,
TPD showing up. TPD in the house. I'm gonna stand here and let them talk to you. See what you got. I do. Do you want it? Hey, how's it going? Not much.
They decided to call you for a camera. So they said I can't put a great camera.
Have a nice day. Big time.
Big time. There goes the bully. We got done with the rest. Want me to film them talking?
No. Oh, I know. Well, I'll just have to get the body cam.
They got body cams?
Yeah, he's got a body cam. Ask him if it's on. I'm sure he turned it on as soon as it came up. I'm so used to having my hands in my pockets and they hate that shit.
I've seen that short.
Well, I got a lot of hate on that one, man.
Real?
Fuck, it got like crazy. Hello. You don't mind us filming outside, do you?
Oh no.
Oh, great. Oh yeah. Just curious. Code of conduct says you need to ask their permission. Hello. You don't mind people filming outside, do you?
No, I'm just returning books.
Oh yeah, well I'm just filming the world as it happens, that's all.
You doing something?
Super friendly, huh?
Hey.
I turned it on where he came on. Yeah, for sure. Oh, he's coming back out?
The other one's talking to me. One just talking.
Oh, okay.
Tyrant City.
Yeah, for sure.
This I don't even gotta show them this.
No, we'll
Just
see
go
what.
to Congress.
Just see what they say.
I don't understand.
y'all doing?
Good, hanging in there.
Hanging in there?
How's your day?
Started.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your badge number in your name?
What's that?
Your badge number in your name?
My badge number is 102542. My name is Hostage, right there.
You know why I come here to peacefully come here and take pictures and that's it? And you're making a big deal out of
I
it?
have no idea why you're here.
You don't know why? You get
I have
called
no
over
idea.
here? Okay.
We got called by them, not by you.
Well, this is why.
So they're just checking out some paperwork to see if you were served an order of protection not to be here. That's what it is.
Yeah, I don't know, something to do that. They don't even know who I am or anything. But this is a public building.
Sure.
didn't
I don't
get a
know.
problem.
That's them, right? I don't know.
But just out of curiosity, if you took an oath to uphold people's rights, it would almost be, in my eyes, that you would be standing here next to me letting them know, hey, I've taken an oath to the Constitution. These guys are just exercising their rights. I'm here to defend those rights for these gentlemen that are here peaceably assembling.
I don't know you, and I don't know her.
Sure, but I'm just saying. No, I'm not.
So that's why we have to do a police investigation.
Gotcha.
So we have to talk to them. We'll talk to you.
But
right?
I mean, is that something that you would be willing to do if you found out somebody was just
No,
peaceably?
I don't have to do what you say.
I'm not saying that you have to do what I say. I'm just asking you, is that something that you would do to honor your oath, to stand besides the people and protect their
I'm just
rights?
here to do a police investigation. That's
Really?
it. Yep. That's it.
You're not there to uphold
No,
rights
I'm not
or
here to
nothing?
answer your questions. I'm here to do a police investigation.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay.
Fair enough.
So what's the investigation about? About serving
About
papers?
trespassing.
Trespassing, we were never trespassed before.
Okay, we're gonna figure that out. So let's do that first. That's why it's called a police investigation. We have to talk to them. We'll talk to you.
Out of curiosity on trespassing, what are the reasons that they could trespass somebody from a public space? I mean, if you're here doing the investigation, you should be able to, because it's different than
Well,
a
they can say it to you verbally.
But if you're not creating a disturbance, how is that on a public
public
space?
It's
building.
their choice,
In the
not
public
our
building.
choice. That's their choice. Well, hold on. If you want me to explain,
No,
you
I didn't say anything.
So it's their choice, not my choice. Okay, so a representative from there can say you can be trespassed from this property, and/or they can serve you an order of protection.
Well, they can't trespass you from a public space because we weren't doing anything illegal.
Commit a crime.
That doesn't matter. Just
Sure
'cause
it
you
does.
don't commit a crime or anything doesn't mean I can't trespass you. Or they
Absolutely.
Can't
So if I go in there and blow my
tell me in
note,
the law where it says that.
you tell me where
No. You're asking me. You tell me in the law where it says that.
it doesn't say that anywhere, that you can
Show me.
trespass somebody from a public
Show
space.
me.
Well, no need to get aggressive.
I'm not getting aggressive.
You
I'm
seems
saying,
like
show
it.
Me.
No, what I'm saying is you can't trespass somebody from a public space unless they're creating a disturbance.
Why?
Because it's a public space and it's open to the people, everybody to share the library
But
equally.
I'm asking you, why can't you do that?
Because they have no right to. They don't have the
So
authority.
you're telling me that a person that works at this facility, that
This
is-
public facility.
it's a public
Yeah.
facility, that doesn't mean you can't be trespassed.
Well, no, if you created a disturbance
Sure.
or you were
Doesn't
making
mean
noise,
you don't
noise
have to create a disturbance to be trespassed.
from a public space, you do.
You do not.
Absolutely.
You don't.
Why would you say that?
Why would I say that? Because it doesn't say it in the
That would mean that the cops could just come rip out people that they didn't like, or somebody said, I don't like.
If somebody says from that facility that they don't want you in there for any reason, they can do that.
So if I was wearing a green shirt and they said, I don't like the guy wearing a green shirt, I want you to
If that's the
trespass
reason
him.
why, we could ask you civilly. We could ask you and say, hey.
But you think that would be appropriate to, if they said, we don't like this guy wearing a green shirt, we want him trespassed. You
It
would
doesn't
come in
matter
and
what I
trespass.
believe in.
Well, you're saying, well, you're the one.
But what I'm saying.
You're the one enforcing
But
the
listen,
laws, so
right?
that's what I'm
But
saying.
it doesn't matter what I believe in or my opinion. It matters to when
No,
someone
it's the
calls,
law.
No, stop. It matters what they say and they ask. So if someone calls 911 and says, "Hey, we have a guy here trespassing on the property," doesn't matter what color shirt.
Yeah, but there's
you're
no
wearing,
trespassing in a public space.
That's why we have to do an investigation.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah, but that's
so
what I'm saying.
Are you going to allow us to do the investigation so we can tell you whether or not you've been trespassed or not?
Well, I haven't stopped you from doing anything.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you're asking lots of questions. That
Yeah,
I don't
well,
really
of
have
course.
answers to.
Gotcha.
Other than if someone calls and says, "Hey, these guys are trespassing on the property," that doesn't mean you are.
Sure.
Right.
Okay. Well,
Doesn't mean that you
well,
are.
that's what I was trying to get out. That it's
All it
just
means
because they
is that
called.
we have to come and say, "Hey, who are you? Who are you? Can we find out if they are trespassed?" So we have to do due diligence and say, "Okay, do we have documentation in the computer to show that you're trespassed, right? Or do they have documentation showing that they have a piece of paper saying that you've been trespassed?" If that's what we can do, we can do. If we can establish that, we can. But if we can't, then obviously you guys wouldn't be trespassed, and you guys would. But they would be asking you to leave.
Yeah,
which they can legally do.
Well, if we're creating a disturbance, they could.
Sir, listen to me.
Yeah.
Just because you think that you're not creating disturbance doesn't mean that they can't trespass you or ask you to leave.
From a public space.
Absolutely.
You can't trespass somebody from a public space unless they're committing some kind of disturbance.
The law it says that.
It's the law.
It's the law. The law doesn't say you can just trespass.
Well, here's the thing. You can say, and I can say, that you can say the law says that. But if you don't show me,
think about it this way.
You don't tell me, because what I am telling you is that a judge, a magistrate, supreme person of the land and the law can say, I'm going to trespass this person by writing. They can do that, right?
No, from a court. From a court.
Well, that from a court order.
Not anywhere.
Why?
Because it's a public space. That would be what I was going to say is, so if I went down to the police station and I'm standing there in the police station out front and I'm filming, any one of your police officers can't come out and just say, hey, you're trespassed and leave.
I don't even need to talk to you, right?
Well, you're right, but that's what I'm saying is you don't have the authority to do that because it's a public space and it's open for anyone to the public to attend and go to.
So it sounds like, and I don't even have any of the details because the only people I've talked to are you guys.
Sure.
Right? I don't know your guys' names. You know mine, but I don't know yours. I'm not going to ask you because I don't need to.
My name's Mark.
Not yet, right?
Yeah. Well, you can't ask me for. Well, you can, but I don't have to give it to you.
I can ask your name, but you don't have to give it to me.
Yeah, but my name's Mark. It's fair.
And what you just heard right there is Ossifer John Osted, the senior government agent on site, stripping himself of his qualified immunity, telling us he knows he can't ID us.
Enough.
Fine,
I mean,
John, that's fine.
I'm not afraid.
We're not trying to arrest anybody. We're just trying to do investigation.
Sure.
That's all we're trying to do.
Yeah, that's fair.
And if they've established that they've got paperwork, sure, by all means.
Now, when you say that paperwork, my question
I've never
is,
been here before. This is the first time.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I don't know who you are. Right.
I just come in here the first time.
Sure.
And they're going to just serve me with a trespass paper?
Well, the only thing that I know is what they said, and they said that you've been to other libraries.
Yeah.
Which means that you can be trespassed from all public libraries in the city of Tucson.
he would have to be notified by law enforcement.
By writing,
no, well,
by in writing, by a magistrate, by us, or by somebody that from the court saying that he's.
Yeah, but not this lady can't say I'm serving you.
They can't.
Okay, that seemed a little bit strange.
One more question. For filming in a public building,
sir, I don't know.
You're going to get trespassed.
And then I talked to that lady about. I talked to that lady about.
Oh, I know that. I'm not saying you can't film in there. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying what they say. That's not what I say. It's not my opinion.
Well, and I talked to her. I said, "What happens if I sit in my car and I have my dash cam running?" She said that I'm violating the policy.
If they have a policy in place, which they might have a policy, I'd have to ask.
We got it right here. Do you want to see it?
Yeah, bro.
Sure. And actually, it gives us an opportunity to talk to everybody.
And this don't really trump the Constitution on top of that.
Well, I think it's just
where does it show that?
So here's where it talks about that you can't. Well, that's what they're saying. You can't film other people in there.
Library staff, volunteers.
Sure.
Filming or photographing any visitor without asking. Well, yeah, I mean, if they have a policy for it, then they can enforce the policy.
Well, what I'm saying is what this leads into, because right here it says without asking that visitor's permission. Sure. So that means that I now can engage every customer
if you want to.
And you know what I'm. But that's even a little bit more of a disturbance when people are just sitting back. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Yeah.
And so as anybody's walked out here, we told them we were filming the world as it happens. Do they mind? They say no. So now you're actually forcing people to engage with the other patrons by having this code of conduct. You know what I mean?
All I'm saying is that sounds like that's what their policy is.
Yeah, and then this one here, I don't know if you've known it or looked at this statue.
They tried to throw me this another library.
So this is a ARS, but basically that's for a dissemination of information, and that's information that they're
from them.
Yes, that they're in charge of, not anything to do with us. But they keep trying to throw that, and that's how they've tried to kick them out, saying that this is an ARS statute that says that you can't film.
I haven't read this before.
Well,
I've never enforced this before.
It's almost like if we went into a health department and they said, "Oh, you're violating HIPAA."
Sure.
It's actually them on their onus to keep that information secret.
Personal information.
And that's what it says right there. Is people's. We're not getting any records. We're not getting any records of.
They say that we can't film the people. That's what they say, the people.
Yeah, and if that's part of their policy, I mean, they could ask you to leave.
Yeah,
right?
but that doesn't trump my rights. That's the main.
And that's what we were talking about, you coming here
rights.
and fighting for our rights and saying, hey,
well, I'm
these
not
guys
saying
are...
that I won't, but
Sure.
remember, I still have a job to do.
Absolutely.
Just like I'm an American citizen, just like you are. If I was not in this uniform, obviously I could have my own opinion.
Sure.
I could have my own things that I want to do. And just because you ask me questions or want me to uphold something that you're asking me to do, doesn't necessarily mean I have to stand next to you. I'm not saying that I won't. I'm just saying that's my choice.
That was a figure of speech, but it's more like when the cops come, they're like on, other people's side.
You see me standing
No, you're
there
neutral.
talking
No, you've been neutral, and it's cool. Yeah, for sure.
That's it. We're just here to do investigations. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
We obviously have a job to do. Let me check in with him. real quick.
Sure, go for it.
I'll just be right back.
All right.
I kind of got to go, but I want his name and badge number and try to get it, but he totally ignored me.
No, I'll go get it.
Thank you, man. Hey, I appreciate
Sure.
it. Kind of ended up being kind of cool in the end, but he's still not cool. I don't like the way he came at us first.
Well,
The other guy's a tyrant.
here's where we get the good cop, bad cop going on. He started to be the good cop, and then this guy will come out and get aggressive and say, hey, you guys are trespassed. You need to leave. Let me see some ID. I can see the chain of events happening. Hello.
I wonder if I tell him right now. All right, you guys have a nice day. See if I'm detained.
We're not detained.
You guys think connected? Stay live.
Oh shit, I gotta get that guy. I was supposed to give that guy my address too. Let me get that guy my address. We're not detained, right? You're not detaining us, right? I'm being detained?
Yeah, actually, all three of you guys.
For what? What are you detaining me for? Oh, we're allowed to leave. I'm ready to leave. You have to give. Yeah, you need to give us an opportunity. Well, you need to give us an opportunity to leave if we're
Yeah, you gotta give us a
trespassing.
warning.
Well, no.
Yeah.
No, we have some paperwork to give you guys. So
Yeah, but I don't.
It's a warning, right?
No, it's not a warning. It's not.
What do you
So
mean?
we're gonna talk to you guys about
Sure.
it. Okay. See, he's obviously talked to the people in front.
All right.
So listen.
We're conducting a criminal investigation.
Well, I'm not willing to give you my ID unless
you're under arrest.
And this is where the senior ossifer has a legal obligation to step in to tell his subordinate that he cannot ID us under the threat of arrest. So John Osted, welcome to the lawsuit. Unless it's under a threat of arrest, because as trespassing, I'm allowed to leave. I've never been to this site in my life, and you have to give me the opportunity to leave if I'm trespassing. You need to say, "Hey, you're
Based on my
trespassing. Time to leave."
investigation, you had plenty of opportunity to leave. You didn't. You're still on.
Nobody asked me to. Nobody asked me to leave.
Okay. So here's the thing.
Like I said,
I'm conducting an investigation.
I told you
criminal
under
investigation.
threat of arrest. I'll give you my ID. It's in the car.
Keep
but-
talking over me. Okay. I'm conducting a criminal investigation. I'm a peace officer in the state of Arizona.
Sure.
You are required by law to give me your first and last name, your date of birth, okay? And identify yourself. Same as you, same as her. Once I do that,
Did I commit a crime though?
trespassing. Trespassing.
You have to give a warning. I haven't even been to
Under
the
threat of
thing.
arrest, I'll give
You know, I just.
Absolutely. When I'm conducting a criminal investigation, it is 100%.
Sure. No need to.
under
No
the
need
threat
to.
of arrest.
No need to escalate.
Okay.
I mean, let's
Can I just
de-escalate.
talk to you separately?
So
Yeah.
IDs,
Sure.
because we got stuff to do.
I'll give you my name.
Let's go.
Yep.
Talk to her real quick. Stand over here for me.
That's fine. Cool. So listen, it's not in our general orders for you to. You can ask for a supervisor, but we are not required to call a supervisor. I'm a lead police officer here.
Was this a sergeant? Is this somebody having higher power than you? Because I didn't commit a crime.
Well, can I explain? Can I explain?
Okay.
So this sounds like from what they wrote on here, and you can have this because this is going to be yours. It says date 3/1 of 2023 at 1 p.m. So this sounds like it was 9 days ago. Listen. I don't know. I wasn't here. All I'm doing is serving this to you because they want you to trespass from the facility. I wasn't here. I don't know any of that. All I'm saying is what this says, right? Only this paper.
Is your body cam on?
Absolutely.
Okay. Good.
I'm just reading what this says. I'm not reading what I say.
Sure. No.
I didn't talk to them. So this says that I guess customer was filming other customers in the branch. When asked by library staff to cease filming other customers, the customer would not honor the request. The request to cease filming customers was made several times, and opportunities to stop filming and leave the premises were given. Other customers being filmed, including children, were visibly uncomfortable being filmed. And
I'm just going to put you on notice that if you're trespassing me and you're getting my information, I will be filing a lawsuit.
Okay.
All right.
Who is also filming deeper in the building at the same time. This is what they wrote. This is not what I wrote.
It's
which they can ask.
And so, how are you deeming me trespass?
You're gonna have to take this.
Because they told you to leave and you didn't leave.
They didn't ask me to leave.
I'm gonna
okay, well that's what they're telling me.
From you, and then
where were we at? I just gave it to you. Did you see us inside when you were here?
All right,
sir.
I'm not trying to do it.
Did you get his information?
On a threat of arrest?
So yeah, I'm just asking for your
Are you
ID.
going to arrest me if I don't give you my information? Absolutely, you're arrested.
And here we have further confirmation of Osted knowingly violating our rights.
Yes, I will.
I gotta give you my information. Can I get your information, name and badge number, man?
Okay, we'll deal with that in a second.
No, you want my name and badge number. Let me get your name. I mean, my name. Let me get your name and badge number.
Sure, I'll give it to you on a ticket if you want.
No, why can't you just pronounce it, sir?
Okay, we'll deal with that in a second. Give him your information. One thing at a time, everybody.
So information for information?
On the trespassing laws, are you aware of the trespassing laws where somebody says you have to leave?
I'm done talking to you. I'm done talking to you.
Sir,
give him your information, then you guys are free to leave it after we're done here. Okay?
J-O-E-L.
There's no need to get so aggressive, man.
L-O.
You call it aggressive, I call it short on time, bud.
Well, short on time. I mean, is it?
Don't get your feelings hurt so easy.
My feelings aren't hurt. You seem aggressive.
No, no, no. Aggressive.
You are
just
aggressive.
short on time, bro.
On time, where are you headed?
There ain't nothing aggressive.
Well,
Other calls, more important stuff to do.
You seem aggressive.
Okay. Well, that's up to you, bro. I'm sorry your feelings get hurt.
Yeah, and then you violated my rights by forcing me to identify.
Take it to court.
I'm going to. Here in Tucson, it's pretty clear they make the supervisor a complete idiot and the subordinate the aggressor. Most people don't follow through. I'm going to follow through.
So you're willing to put my info on there?
But I can do your public
I'm just saying. So your name is Joel?
The only reason you guys aren't being arrested
5'2" of 80?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
We're in a public
It's
space.
equal. It's not your public service.
We can be in the parking lot as long as I want to be. They can't. How can they trespass you from a public space?
No.
How can they trespass us from a public space?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do they want us to write info on here? And then do they get this?
Just do it on camera.
I already did, but do they get this?
No, not live.
Okay.
I gave her copy. He doesn't have a copy yet.
Yeah,
we'll
we
get
just
him
got it
a
right.
But either way, we're telling them, so it's going to be in our computer system now.
Sure.
So, make sure you write down your name and badge number. I need it for the record, man.
You can just tell it to me?
Yeah, you can tell it to me. I need it for the lawsuit.
So here,
I need that.
so you can obviously appeal it. I don't know how the appeal goes, but it sounds like you'd have to go to the Pima County Library at 101 North Stone here. And
We'll be there. We'll be there on Monday.
And you guys can absolutely do that. We'll give you.
We'll be there on Monday.
We'll give you a case number and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
this
sure,
isn't over,
absolutely.
guys. You guys just trashed.
You can't do
civil
that.
rights.
You
We did.
Trash.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely trashed.
Well,
you guys just violated our Fourth
I
Amendment
don't
without
think
committing
so.
a crime.
Yeah. I
don't
With
think
threat-
so.
yeah, you-
So what did I do? What did I do wrong that got me trespassed?
Well, remember, this
Exactly.
is something that they said, not we said.
It doesn't matter.
I
what
know,
you
but
say.
you're
They're
following.
not
What
the
did they
law.
say that I did?
Well, I don't know because I wasn't talking to him. This guy knows, but I read him his, not yours.
Now you're playing.
No, I'm not.
Well, I don't have one of those.
Right, we're gonna get you one
For what?
because they want to trespass you from the property.
For what?
For it sounds like the photography.
But,
and all
but
this
just
kind of
because
stuff.
they
Yeah, but it
said
says
that,
you can
that's
film
not
in
a
there.
crime.
Listen, it doesn't.
Where's
matter
that
to
code
me.
of conduct?
It doesn't mean it's
Where's
a
the
crime
code?
or not.
Where's the
It
code
doesn't
of?
mean a crime or not.
Where's
What
the code of
I'm trying to do is
conduct?
I'm trying to give you this.
You're supposed to be
because this is going to be
protecting me.
yours. This
I
is
get
going to
it.
be yours. Down for you, and I'll give you the case number that you can reference to, and then like I said, you can appeal this if you want to.
Man, listen, bro, you guys just trash the shit out of our rights. You guys are supposed to be protecting us, bro.
Look what it says right here. The code of conduct.
There it is.
It says that you
It
can
says the same thing on
you
here.
can film the public employees.
Yeah.
Does it say that on there?
On this one,
Yeah.
They say that
You
can't
said it
film
says the same
people and
thing.
the patrons.
it looks like it says the same thing right here. Yeah.
Can you film the public employees in there?
Well, it sounds like you have to ask permission.
Well, no, we don't.
You
The
don't?
permission
What
is
does it say
for
right there?
that says for other
What does it say right
patrons,
here?
other customers.
Okay. Well, if they're feeling uncomfortable, they can actually ask you to leave.
No, you're not the feelings police.
Well, you don't have to tell me that though.
Well,
Just 'cause I'm not the
I feel
feelings-
uncomfortable.
Okay.
So-
So if you feel uncomfortable, that's your choice, right?
Well, you should
What if I
cite
feel
them. You
uncomfortable?
should
What
cite
does that
them.
give me?
You
If I
should
feel-
cite them.
What I'm asking you is, what if
Well,
I
you
feel
can't be a
uncomfortable?
victim of disorderly conduct
can't?
because you're
Are
a
you
public
sure?
servant. Yes,
Are you
only
sure?
only in your capacity outside of work.
sure?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Okay.
Yeah, You can't be a victim of disorderly conduct.
So you have your own opinion.
So I feel disturbed by them. Can you go and, you know, she was creating a disturbance, so maybe disorderly conduct would be.
This is where they work. You don't work here.
But they work for
What
us.
we pay for
They don't
this.
work for that.
No,
Yes, we do.
Well, I pay for it too. I pay
No,
taxes.
you don't. You
No,
can't pay
You're
tax dollars with
welfare
tax dollars.
recipient. That's what you are.
Yeah.
I pay housing tax. I know what it is.
No, you don't. The
absolutely
revenue
do.
you generate is all comes from tax
Look,
dollars.
listen, I'm not going to argue with either one of you
We're
guys.
right,
You guys
bro.
obviously are First Amendment auditors, and I
Yeah, we
understand
are.
that,
Yeah.
okay? And you have every right to do anything.
No, we don't. You're actually
you guys are
violating our
violating
rights,
our
dude.
rights,
not.
man.
Yes, you
know,
are.
I'm just gonna look at my
Absolutely.
platform.
Absolutely.
I got a big platform.
Tucson is the worst. You know that, right?
That's fine.
Tucson is the worst.
We're recording
This is why
just
we
like
do
you
this,
are.
man.
That's
To
fine.
see if you guys can educate when stuff like this happens.
Okay, listen. All we're
You know
doing
what
is
I mean?
serving this.
You're
Shouldn't be a
serving
big
No,
deal.
all you're
It is a
doing,
big
all
deal.
you're
And
doing
you guys
is
can go to the court or to
all
the
you're doing is being
library
feelings
on
police.
Stone.
You're being the feelings
Nobody's
police.
being feelings police.
Sure they are. We haven't trespassed.
Well, I'm sorry.
I haven't trespassed.
Okay, well, he's getting ready to get your trespass from them.
Well,
Okay?
just
I
because
wasn't given that.
just because you guys go ahead and trespass us doesn't mean it's illegal.
It is.
No, it's not.
So now you can't come back because we're gonna place that in the system.
Oh, yeah,
showing
I
that
know.
you're trespassing.
Oh, yeah,
here.
yeah,
So
well,
if
we
you do
know.
come back here and we can arrest you.
Yeah, sure. So what location is this have to do with?
What location? It sounds like it has to do with every location.
Every location, every library. You're kicking me out of every library. That's what you're
it sounds
saying.
like. Yeah.
Because you're kicking me out, not them. Because you're
Because they
yeah.
asked us to.
Yeah, yeah.
So they run the law here in the library.
Well, they have policies.
Like, policies don't trump rights.
Yeah, you can't in a public space
doesn't
unless
Still policies that we can enforce.
So we're just gonna go ahead and trash the Constitution.
But
that you
here,
swore oath to.
well, listen here. Am I arresting
man.
you?
It just,
Am I arresting you?
you violated
you're
our Fourth
violating
Amendment
my
rights by
question.
forcing me to
No,
identify.
Yeah, you're
You
forcing me to
violated
identify.
my Fourth Amendment right.
That's not it.
I have a
I'm
constitutional
asking you a
right to be
question. Did I
secure in my
arrest
person.
you? Or trespass.
You're not allowed to. You have to ask us and
can't.
give us the
You know what?
opportunity to leave.
No.
That's the way
It sounds like
trespassing
they've
laws
already
work.
done this once before.
I have never
This is
been.
the
I'm not
first
going to argue
time.
with anybody.
No, there's
I'm
not.
really not going to argue with
No, there's
anybody.
not.
All
I
we're
have it
doing is
all on
giving you
film.
this, and you guys are going to have to leave.
Okay, that's
it.
fine. Are we still detained?
Okay?
Yeah,
Yes, you are.
we're
We're trying to get the case number. He's trying to pull it up.
He snatched your ID too?
snatched mine, yeah.
All right, this is gonna look awesome for you guys' department.
That's fine.
No, I know you don't.
It
care.
isn't
You don't
fine.
care. It's not
This
fine.
is the whole reason people are doing this, and more people are
Well,
doing
you guys
it
act like we're
because
treating
people.
you impartially. And
You are absolutely. You violated my Fourth Amendment rights.
Don't start yet.
But you violated my Fourth Amendment rights
did
by
not.
forcing. Yes, you did. You forced me to identify. You violated my Fourth Amendment rights. I mean, I'm
that's
sure.
what you think.
I'm sure you go home on the weekend with your buddies and talk about how you're a patriot and a constitutionalist, and you're out here violating our Fourth Amendment
that's what you
rights,
think, you have an
forcing me to
opinion.
identify. Can you recite the Fourth Amendment?
I don't have to.
Because you don't know it.
But you took an oath
don't
to
have
it.
to.
But you took an oath to it.
I'm not required to recite that.
That's what's the problem.
So if you think that, I'm not required to do that.
You're not. I'm not saying you're required
Okay,
to.
so-
I'm just asking you if you could.
No, I can't.
Okay. Well,
There's that. I can't.
everybody is to be secure in their
So
houses,
because you say
purses,
that on your
papers, and
camera,
effects.
because you think I have to or should know all of it. No, the only thing I have to do
You
is
should know the
no,
important
listen.
ones.
I have to know how to find it and read it and understand it. I don't have to
that's
know
what
how
I'm
to
asking you.
recite it.
But that's what I would ask you to do before you force me to.
Sir, you're not free to leave. Come back over here,
Before
please.
you,
Oh, I'm sorry. He's looking at your car.
before you ask me to identify, you should go ahead and look into it to see if you're violating somebody's rights, like the Fourth Amendment. For me to be secure in my person's papers and effects, that means when somebody trespasses somebody, you have to give them the opportunity to leave before you get to go ahead and identify
But
them.
the thing
if
is
they
that-
come back,
The thing
that's
is it sounds like this is on a previous date.
But see, you're not doing a good
So-
investigation because
so-
I've never been here or any of the
Okay.
other ones. So you're not doing a good
Sorry, yes, ma'am.
investigation.
I've never been asked to leave the library.
Okay.
Ever. So if I had been asked to leave the library, I would have been more than happy to leave the library.
Okay.
They didn't.
Then nobody's ever asked me to leave. I abide by the law.
Hey, did they give you this guy? Oh, I'm sorry. You're saying your name was Ben. I think that's what you said. I'm sorry.
Not good on your investigation,
That's fine.
bud.
I didn't write it down.
My name's
so-
Mark.
Mark. Okay,
Yeah.
Mark. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I gave it to him.
Hey, Olson. Did they give his paper yet so we can read him? Did they give Mark's paper yet?
He doesn't have one yet.
He doesn't have one yet? Okay.
This is your first time here.
It,
Apparently it doesn't matter.
it does matter. You watch.
Oh, I know.
You watch. It will matter. Joey, do you see now why I asked every customer when they came in if they minded I filmed? These people are screwed. The cops are screwed. The library is screwed. I followed their code of conduct, and I followed the law. It doesn't matter. I went above and beyond and asked them, everybody that came in, if it was okay that I filmed, and everybody said yes. You're not gonna look good. Your investigation, to be honest, is shit. First of all, you didn't remember my name. Second of all, you don't even know the Fourth Amendment. You said
Or the first.
Or the first. So that's frustrating for people who are trying to fight for their rights. You know, it's like a muscle. You don't. How long you been on the force?
I don't have to answer your question.
You know, you're right. You don't have to. I mean, you're forcing me to answer questions under threat of arrest.
The only thing we did was had to identify yourself.
You forced me to identify under threat of arrest. So.
Look in my car.
You can do that.
Yes, we just did. We have it on film.
I said he can do that.
The plain view doctrine.
Yeah, he can look in the car. He can't search it without our permission.
Just like we walked over there and looked at his cab that he left up. It's plain view doctrine. You know, when the cops scream at you about getting next to their car,
Yeah, I know.
it's hypocritical when they walk over to your car and look in yours and they go, oh, plain view doctrine. But they cry like little girls when you look in there. It's sad. Well, hey, man, what do you mean you're out here violating my rights? You don't think...
little girls, that's it.
Well, I didn't say you. You didn't cry about it, did you? Okay, you should just say, hey, you can look at my computer. I'm perfectly relaxed. I'm just saying you're violating my rights. You shouldn't be too relaxed when somebody's violating your Fourth Amendment, First Amendment, Second Amendment. Are you going to be one of those when they trash our Second Amendment and coming over and picking up people's guns? I know you don't, but I'm asking.
That's great.
Would you come over if your superiors told you to come and collect guns?
You can hold your questions. If you want to take me to court and all that, you can ask your questions there. And if I'm required,
Well, I still got the freedom of
if I'm
speech.
required to answer them by the judge, then I'll do that. But I don't have to answer your questions here.
No, you don't have to. I'm just asking.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We don't need to answer your either.
Okay. I didn't ask you any.
But you know, I mean, you know what my father always told me after I was straight from the police department. Always don't take it.
This guy still doesn't want to do it.
He will.
It's your policy, man.
It is our policy. You're right.
No, it is.
Oh, he identified me.
Tracy, you're free to leave. I understand you may want to stick around because you probably didn't arrive, but you are free to
Do
leave.
you want to? I don't know what you need to write on here, but you need to write case number and all that.
That's their paperwork.
Why is she free to leave?
This needs to go to him.
Is that for him?
Yeah, I read that to him and saying his.
Go bottom teeth. Here you go, bud.
Why is she free to leave?
Name's right there. 102560.
Can you pronounce your
I'll give you
name?
my card in a minute if you want to wait
Yeah,
till I'm
that's
done.
fine.
Okay. I was gonna present you
Olsen?
the whole.
Do we need to?
card.
All right, go ahead.
It's all shiny.
All right.
Yeah.
Sure. Get
I
Mark's copy.
got it right here. Olsen.
What's that?
Do we need to get Mark's copy? Is that what?
They're not free to leave yet. I can't get them ID'd, so I have a more phone route.
What do you mean? I just gave you my ID.
Gave you my ID.
You have his actual ID.
It was in the car. You detained me.
I just gave you my
It's on
information.
camera that I gave you my name and my date of birth. Not only did I give you my name
No,
and
you
date
gave
of
me
birth
your
once,
name, your first and last name, and your
date of
birthday,
birth,
right?
and I said my ID was in the car,
Okay.
and you told me you're not free to go over there. You're detained. I told you I'd go over and get my
Let's
ID.
go get the ID,
All
please.
right, sure.
Can you give me your ID?
So see there again, you're being. I gave you the only thing in Arizona you're required to do is given name and date of birth. I don't
Right,
actually.
I've done
Yeah, I don't actually have to give you my ID.
Right.
I will because
Well, I
you're
appreciate
a
it.
tyrant.
I'm not telling
I
you
mean,
have to do that.
No, but you just said that I'm not free to leave, and you said somebody else because I didn't
No,
identify.
I'm saying I
now
didn't
you're being
positively ID you. I didn't say because you didn't give me your ID.
What do you mean didn't positively ID me? My picture is in the system when you bring up my name. So are you being disingenuous?
I'm not
You
getting.
mind if I get in there and get my ID?
I want nothing more than for you guys to leave and for me to
Well,
go
yeah,
on
but
back
you're
to
not.
school.
You keep detaining us.
No, you've been detained the entire
Yeah,
time.
I know.
didn't
Well,
undetain you and then
no, but
redetain
you could say you're free to go. You know who I am.
Positively ID'd you yet, so I don't know you.
Are you being honest? Are you
Yes,
being honest
I'm
that when you look my name up
In
in
my
the computer with the date of
nothing
birth,
came up.
it doesn't come up. My name.
Nothing. Do you know your ID number? That would
Yeah,
be-
I do. 135.
D00.
35. Olsen. I mean, really? Are you? Nothing came up with my name. Come on.
You got my information.
Come on.
What's that?
He said you have my information.
He's just lying.
He gave you your
He's
information. I don't have your
lying.
ID. Do you have an ID on you?
He's lying. You don't. We're not driving. The only thing in Arizona. Can you show me? Can you show me a statute that says?
Your first and last name.
That's it.
Can you
That's
show
all
me a
need, right?
statute in Arizona what we're supposed to require? If you're not driving, you don't have to. But if you're not driving, you don't have to give a driver's license.
I'm not demanding that you give me your driver's license.
Can I explain? Is that okay? So when that happens, all that he needs to do now is he needs to look up a photo of you just to make sure you're getting provided.
Yeah, but that comes right up when you put your name in.
Well, I understand.
And he's being disingenuous.
He didn't get it, is all I'm saying.
Well, we're going to get the records of what you looked up. We're going to go down to the
You can do that. All
TBD on Monday. But I think you're being disingenuous.
You're the right person.
I really think you are.
Okay. And when it ran, it didn't pull up no record found?
Now, what I said was, do you have your ID just to make this go faster so you guys can leave and go on to your next library? It's up to you if you want to do it. I already told him I'm not requiring it.
Sure you are. You
library? We just got trespassed from our
Yeah, you just say to go to the next library? Can you repeat that?
Let me put it this way. Let me put it this way. By the time you guys get back to the station, you're going to know exactly who I am, so it doesn't matter. So, Asta, you guys look horrible, man.
Can we stand over here? I just don't want you guys to.
No, actually, we're good.
Well,
we're in the parking lot. Again, those are directives. Why are you giving me a directive, man? If a car comes by, I'll move out of the way. I'm not going to get run over.
You're giving us a hard time.
I'm a big boy. Yeah, you're giving us a real hard time. We're locked here right now.
Make sure you don't get hit by a car.
You're locked. You're locking us here right now, right?
Yeah, we're detaining.
Okay, so that's not a hard time?
No.
For no unlawfully detainment?
Have I placed you in handcuffs? Have I thrown you to the ground? Have I yelled at you?
Oh, is that something you like to do or what?
Oh, come on.
Well, you just said it. I mean, that's what if that's
nothing to do with anything.
If that's the threshold.
You're not gonna try to.
No, what I'm saying.
Get a rise out of me.
What I'm saying, Austin. John, right? John, right?
Sure, you could call me John. I can call you Mark.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, do you think that's the threshold of you violating somebody? Is throwing them on the ground? No, you unlawfully asking and violating our Fourth Amendment rights. That's also
definitely not true.
Absolutely.
So here's the thing. So ARS 13-2412. Do you know that statute?
Yeah.
What is it?
2412.
2412. Do you know what that is?
Failure to ID. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much. If you've been detained by a law enforcement officer, you're required by the state of Arizona to identify yourself. So you've been detained by
if you've been suspected, reasonable articulation of a crime, reasonable articulable suspicion, or reasonable articulable fact.
Been detained by a law enforcement
you
officer.
have
detained. No, man.
You
guys are lawfully detained.
No, we're not.
Yeah, no, we're not.
What crime do you suspect me of committing?
Trespassing.
You have. How can you say I'm trespassing?
Because of harassing.
You haven't even given me an opportunity to leave.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does. That's not a crime.
Because listen,
that's not a
they've
crime.
already documented before.
No, they haven't. I haven't been here. No, you're not doing a good investigation because I've never been here. Because I've never been here. They've never asked me to leave.
That's fine. But they have documentation saying you were here.
No, they don't.
Okay. If that's what you think, that's fine.
They have documentation saying I was here?
Yes, and him and her.
Oh, they do.
Yes.
So let me ask this: what happens if they're lying? Are you going to go ahead and?
Then the judge can figure that out.
Wouldn't you arrest them for making a false report?
We don't determine whether whose opinion is right.
Filing a false report? Is filing a false report a crime?
What do you think?
Yes.
Okay.
So if they said that I've been here before, they've committed a crime.
Sure, it sounds like you guys have.
If I haven't been here before,
you guys aren't getting arrested. All we're doing is trespassing.
No. They're committing the crime.
And your judge is just being legally detained.
They're committing the crime. If they've made a false report saying that I've been here before.
With the judge and.
But see, why aren't you willing to enforce that law?
Because they called us about trespassing.
Yeah, but you're supposed to be doing a thorough investigation.
Yeah,
if you think I've been here, why don't you?
I would walk in there and say, "Hey, are you guys lying?" Is that what I'm supposed to do?
No. Why don't you say, "Why don't you give us some camera footage of these people being in here before to prove their case?"
What I'm saying.
So you're believing them and you're not believing us.
No, I didn't ever say
Absolutely.
that.
That's why we're being trespassed.
Okay, but we can legally trespass.
Oh no.
Sure. Okay, then you guys can take your trespassing.
It's not legal. It's
sure
unlawful trespass.
That's fine.
All right, that was yours. Here you go.
Thanks for looking great on my channel.
So, quick question for you.
One for each of you.
So,
how am I being trespassed from Pima County Libraries? Okay.
How am I being
Pima County Libraries?
How am I being trespassed?
It's coming from them.
Okay.
For what crime?
So, but what I'm
What
saying,
crime? Is there a
I
crime?
mean, you can email the director, whoever, however this.
You're the one
you
who
know.
trespassed us.
Okay.
Without a warning.
Yep.
And you violated our Fourth Amendment. And
This is your warning right now. You're trespassing. If you come back.
well, yeah, but you give us a warning and then we get to walk away instead of getting
now,
identified.
if I don't leave,
And then
that
if we
doesn't
come
make
back,
any sense.
sure it does.
How can
Because
know
it-
you're trespassed? That makes no sense.
Sure it does. Absolutely it
not that
does.
I don't care.
That's the way the
You
trespass
have
laws
your
work.
opinion, and I have
How long have you been on the force? Just out of
Hey,
curiosity.
your registration's expired.
How long have you been on the force?
5 years.
5 years? Okay. Would you work at any other law enforcement before you came
I
here?
just from California prisons. Yeah.
California prisons? Oh, prison guard. I can see why you're so aggressive.
Is that aggressive?
Yeah, you seem very aggressive. Absolutely, man.
You guys have any other
Absolutely.
questions?
And then you,
You're not tough skin, bro.
and then you violated my. Well, we're out here as an exercise of rights, and you violated my.
I'm being
Fourth
aggressive
Amendment.
just because I'm talking to you.
You guys leave.
You know, we're talking over each other and stuff. Then I don't know what's
If you guys don't
up.
have any more questions, you guys can leave.
Have a nice day.
thank you for violating our rights and standing up for the First Amendment.
How you doing, sir?
Good.
Give me just a second.
Sure.
All right, how can I help you? I'm sorry.
Well, first, since you're up here, can I go ahead and get somebody down here to make a verbal complaint on a couple officers?
Who do you mean get somebody down here? I don't understand. Who do you need to speak with?
Somebody
Okay, the
from
phone number's right there for
somebody from internal affairs.
Give them a
Yeah,
call. You need to speak to
yeah,
them.
they're located in this building, aren't they?
Huh?
Yeah. So can I get somebody to
There's
come
the phone
down?
number. Yeah, right
Yeah, I
there.
want to get somebody to come down and give. Or do you have a document that I can fill out for a complaint?
Sure, I do.
Perfect.
How many of these do you think you're going to need?
Today,
Here, let me show you.
let me have.
So it looks like that, and then it includes the back.
Okay.
So how many do you think you need?
Just 2 today.
2?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get you a pen. Hold on.
I'm not going to fill them out right here.
Oh, okay. There you go, bud.
And then I also need to speak to somebody.
You need something else?
Yeah, I wasn't finished. You just interrupted
sorry.
and just
Go ahead.
left. Yeah, I'm here to talk to somebody about getting a records request as well.
Oh, sure. Record specialist right here. Hold
Yeah.
on just a minute.
You just need to put it
Carrie,
in.
how you doing? Yes, sir.
Okay.
How you doing today, Carrie?
I'm doing good. How are you, sir?
I'm hanging in there. I'll bring this back right now.
Okay, sounds good.
Thanks. The jurisdiction. That doesn't say, that's
Right. So
different.
what they do is they check that jurisdiction.
Uh-huh.
So there's nothing that should be there. But again, they would be the ones that check that. You'd have to
Okay.
ask
Yeah,
them.
could you give me that number again?
Yeah, no
All right,
problem.
thanks.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Have a good day.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you. Hey, just out of curiosity, is like that guy that stands behind you, does he think this is like Terminator? I'm going to come flying through the window or what?
Here you go.
No?
Okay.
I mean, just weird that he stands behind you.
Have a good day.
Thanks, you too.
All right.
This is Mark.
Hi, Mark. This is Amber from the library. I'm sorry I
That's
I'm
okay.
unable to hear you.
I got I don't know where we left off or what you didn't hear, but yeah, I'm trying to find a way to remedy the situation without going down any legal avenues, because the type of things that are happening here in Tucson with people not wanting to be held accountable is getting out of control, including the library staff actually having some kind of a paper to try and serve not even a legal document, trying to serve the other two people who came in as soon as they walked through the door. When you're sitting there telling people that they're allowed to film them while you're going ahead and violating their rights and calling the police on them, instantly, within seconds of them walking through the door, one, isn't a good look, and two, isn't lawful.
So the other person who was with you who was filming has already been informed that there is no filming in libraries. So he was quite aware of that.
But see, here's
please let me speak.
Sure.
So first of all, libraries have been deemed, and it's been brought up to the Supreme Court many times, as a limited public forum, which means that we can put into place rules around how people use the space. And one of the things that we do not allow is the filming of people in the library, because although the Arizona Revised Statute is focused on us, it is incumbent on us to ensure that we are not revealing anyone's use of the library or allowing that to happen. So if we allow someone to film someone in the library, that is then sharing their use of the library. So that is why our staff is so adamant about that they are trying to protect everyone else in the library as well. Now, it is true that you can film staff, but often in situations it is very difficult to film staff without catching other people in the film.
Well, there's really nobody in that library. And for you guys to, that's almost like a game that you're playing to say, you can film us, but even if there's somebody way off in the background, that's not giving any personal identification. And when people are out in public, they have no expectation of privacy or not being on film. You guys have... In
the public library, they do.
No, they don't. It's a public library. And you guys
You can take that up with the county attorneys.
Well...
We're covered by the fact that it is a limited public forum. So we can ask that there's no filming, and that can be the case there.
Well, you keep going back and forth. First, you say we're allowed to film staff. See how there's going to be an issue for you here. You say that we're allowed to film staff, but then you just said we can tell you there's no filming in the library. That's not how the law works. That's not how the First Amendment works. And that's not how you should be treating the public. Like I said, that's a beautiful new library. I went in there to take video and stuff of that. It's a beautiful new library that we paid for. And for you to go back and forth and waffle back and forth and say, well, you can film our staff, and then say, well, we're allowed to ask you not to film and to leave. You can't do that. I'm engaging in the constitutionally protected activity. I am following your code of conduct. And you still...
Did you ask to film in the library when you went in?
I don't need to ask permission, first of all. And second of all, every single one of your staff, I have them on film saying it's perfectly fine for us to film in the library. And not only that, the gentleman that was working in there said, you know the law is better than us, so go right ahead and film. So like I said, you guys are really making the situation more difficult by trying to play two sides of the fence, like you're the good guys.
What is your purpose for filming at the library?
My purpose for filming at the library is to document the library and the people that are working in there, which are public employees, and the Supreme Court has ruled that every public employee can be filmed in the course of their duties. Not only that, again, it's a beautiful new library with a big metal scape out front that somebody has taken the time to cut out and erect, was taking pictures of that, taking pictures of the architecture inside. It really doesn't matter what we're taking a picture of. Nobody is going in to take pictures of the people in there, and I think you guys know that, which is kind of frustrating as well. Everybody at the library knows that nobody's really interested in getting the private persons or what they're doing in there. They're going...
Actually, all of the films that I have viewed online by members from your group have had people in the public in them. Yeah. And in fact, in the one that you're talking about, when he said, this woman is with us, another woman walked by and said, I'm not. And she was definitely caught in the film and posted online.
That is not my camera. That is not my film. I haven't been told. I'm speaking about myself, and I would appreciate you not trying to lump people together and call people a group. People are individual human beings, and we're out there individually exercising our rights. I was individually exercising my right. I had told the people at the library that I was there on my own and doing my filming. And the fact that you want to go ahead and say that somebody was caught in the background is kind of disingenuous to what is going on here. So again, I am asking you to make this whole because one, I went ahead and made sure that I guess played along with your guys' unconstitutional code of conduct and asked everybody that I filmed if I could film. And they all said, it's fine, I don't mind, or I'm just here to drop off my books or whatever. And then you go ahead and have people trespassed from the library, myself included. Not only that library, but every library in Tucson. So I'm just calling to reach out and in good faith and see what you're willing to do to rectify the situation. I've lived in this town. My family's lived in this town for 100 years. We've given a lot of money to the libraries, a lot of money to taxes, and we should certainly be able to go in and film a brand new library and check out what's going on. Nothing with getting somebody far in the background that you can barely see is divulging any of their personal information or what they're doing at the library. For example, there's no difference, like I told the person, I can go walk out at the entrance of the library and film everybody that comes in. There's no distinguishment or difference between that. They're just random people. Actually, we're getting their license plates as they drive into the library, which is more identification than would be just some random person in the back of a film. So you can certainly tell that the intent is that we're trying to film the employees of the library, and you're almost using it as a scapegoat to say, oh, you caught somebody in the background, when you clearly know that the people are there to film their public employees in the course of their duties.
Well, I guess we'll have to agree to disagree on that. And if you would like to take it up with the Pima County Attorney's office, you're welcome to do that.
So you're saying that you've trespassed me from the library, all libraries in Tucson. Is that fair to say?
Yep, for whatever time was listed on the letter that you were given. That's correct.
And I was not given a letter. What is your basis for trespassing me out of the library?
For not complying with staff.
Okay, what rule did I break, or when did I not comply with your staff?
Filming in the library.
Your staff, ma'am, I'm being very nice here, and I'm telling you, as soon as we walked in, they said that we're perfectly welcome to film the staff. So that doesn't.
How would you like it to be resolved? Because we're not going to allow filming in the library. So if that's your goal, that's not going to happen.
Well, wait. See, here we're going back and forth again. You said the Constitution and the Supreme Court has said that we can film our public employees in the place of their work. You have told me when I got on the phone that we are allowed to film the public employees in the library, and right now you're saying we're not allowing you. Do you understand you're a public employee? You work for the people.
Absolutely.
So when you say we're, who are you talking about we're? Like the public employees that are beholden to the taxpayers are telling the taxpayers they can't come in and film them in the course of their duties. Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you cannot come in and film and have other people in the films that are not public employees.
So then why was I removed from the library and trespassed? I didn't do any of those. You have no evidence that I did any of that.
I will need to go back and look at your what was put down by staff because I have not reviewed this thoroughly. So I will do that,
Well,
I will call you back.
I would appreciate if you would do that. You have my number, obviously. So I thank you for your time.
All right. Have a good day.
You too. While a limited public forum may impose reasonable restrictions on the use of public spaces, such as requiring permits for certain activities, setting limits on the duration of events, it cannot use these restrictions as a guise to infringe upon the First Amendment rights of individuals. The right to record public officials in public is an important tool for holding those officials accountable and ensuring that their actions are transparent to the public. And to any of you who have made it this far, I'd sincerely like to thank you, and we'll see you on the next one.